One movie review.
My jokes of the week.
I'm Stephen Craig.
I'm Lee A.I.D.
And this is the 68th episode of
The Movie Review
Show! What is the movie review show?
Good question. That's when Stephen and I go to our local theater, which is Red Wing Cinema 8, and we watch a newly released movie, and then we review it.
We use a popcorn rating system, 1 to 10 popcorn. 1 popcorn being the worst and 10 popcorn being the best.
In this movie, it's a sequel to the 2021 movie. Audiences return to an intriguing, complex, war-torn desert world where a Messiah candidate hopes to prove he will be the one to lead the people through turbulent times. And it's DUNE Part 2.
And here's the trailer.
It's breathtaking. When you see sand here, imagine water. If you dive in, you can't reach the bottom.
You dive in.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you.
In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets. But the darkest of them all may remain. The end of House Atreides.
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
What if Paul Atreides were still alive?
Have you ever had a dream about your first ride?
Don't try to impress anyone. You're brave, we all know that. Be simple. Be direct. Nothing fancy.
I understand. Nothing fancy.
You will never lose me, Paul Atreides.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope!
May thy knife chip and shatter.
It's review time. The movie begins with the words, "Power over spice is power over all." Soldiers blowtorching bodies. Princess Irulan, played by Florence Pugh, is speaking.
Yes, and DUNE is all about the spice, because the spice leads to money, and of course we know money makes the world go around, or makes the Duneverse go around. So yeah, it's a great way to start the movie.
The Reverend Mother is dying, and Lady Jessica, played by Rebecca Ferguson, must replace her by drinking the water of life, which is fatal for men and the untrained. She will either die or see. She tells Paul Atreides, her son, that she will receive thousands of memories of sorrow and pain. She drinks the water of life and survives. The blind Reverend Mother realizes Jessica's pregnant and says, "What have we done?"
Yeah, I love how they mix politics and religion and kind of like growth experience, basically. I mean, it's. I remember when I read that as a teenager, I thought, "Wow, sounds like a bad acid trip."
The villains were done well. Baron Harkonnen is supposed to be disgusting, very overweight, and so heavy that he has to ride in a flying chair. The director sort of did that. I especially like the Baron's nephew, Fade Rotha, played by Austin Butler, who played Elvis in the movie Elvis. Most of the scenes he's in are in black and white. That was cool.
Yeah, it makes me want to go see Elvis. But yeah, I loved his portrayal was very good. I mean, all the acting was, top notch, but his was probably especially good.
The director doesn't walk you through this movie. He doesn't explain things to you. I think if you don't know the story, the book, or the other movies, you might not know what's going on.
Yep, like we discussed earlier, the downfall of the original Dune movie was he tried to explain too much. And if you've read the books, Dune universe is way too complex for that. I mean, translating Dune on the big screen is very challenging. But yeah, you gotta use broad strokes, and that's what they did in this new movie. But the original one didn't do that, and we know how that turned out. Bad.
The action sequences are amazing, especially when Paul rides a sandworm.
Yeah, that's probably a highlight. I mean, most people, when they think of Dune, they think of giant sandworms, and yeah, it's kind of like riding a Bronco Bull, only 1,000 times harder.
I like the love story between Paul, played by Timothée Chalamet, and Chani, played by Zendaya.
Yep, Timothée Chalamet is really on a hot streak. He was in Wonka, and he plays Paul in this one, so his range is obviously huge. So yeah, he's one of the brightest stars we have right now.
The throne room scene with the Baron was a little confusing to me.
Yeah, me too. I'd have to look at it again. But I don't think it's a huge deal. But yeah, I'll have to. Good thing to research, I guess.
There were a couple of plot twists at the end of the movie.
Yep. Of course, we won't tell what they are, but I think the director, Bellevue, made a good choice. He changed some things around. He actually omitted a few minor characters, but I think audiences will agree he made the right creative decisions.
Growing up, my dad, who read all the books at the time, explained a lot of Dune to me, such as Duncan Idaho, who was cloned over and over and appears in every Frank Herbert's Dune books. I didn't care for the original Dune movie or Dune Part 1 that much, and I think my dad would agree. To me, the original Dune was all over the place, and Dune Part 1 was a long journey that didn't go anywhere. This movie was exactly what I wanted those movies to be. The director couldn't have done much better.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I liked the first movie more than you did, but I think you were in a bad mood that day. But anyway, yeah, I love Bellevue's directing and producing. I think he's brilliant. I mean, to be able to translate such a complex series of books on the big screen is just, it's hard to really express how hard that is, but he did a fantastic job. So nothing but compliments for him.
I agree. On a final note, this is not Star Wars. If you want a much deeper sci-fi narrative, this is the movie for you.
Yep. Like we discussed, you could probably make 50 movies out of this, because Dune is complex. There's so many parties, so many planets, there's so much going on. Spice is just, it's at the heart of it, but there's a lot more going on, and ecology and politics and high tech, and it's like you couldn't ask for anything more from a sci-fi movie franchise, I would say. I mean, the potential for a sci-fi movie franchise is enormous.
I give Dune Part 2 9.5 popcorns.
That's what I give it.
9.5?
The Baron thing, which is so minor, is the only thing close to a defect I could find in this movie. It's like,
I agree.
you can't, I mean, it's just epic, it's sweeping, it's got fantastic villains, it's got cool technology, cinematography is just like way over the top good. The music from Hans Zimmer captures all the moods of Dune. It's like, really want to give it a 10, but that Baron thing is just that tiny little thing that keeps it from being a 10. But
I agree with Lee. I would have easily giving this movie a 10, except for they changed some things with the Baron, and we both think one of the changes they did because they wanted to be politically correct.
Which I can see why they did it, so I don't blame them, but it still, in the end, it still detracts just a little bit.
Next, we're going to show our scores and look up Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic and so close their scores are to ours. Okay, we're looking at Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's going to have a high score. I'm thinking a 9.
At least. Yeah, I'm thinking even higher.
9.5?
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, the tomato meter is 94%, and the audience score is 95%. So yeah, both critics and audience loved it, and we loved it. Makes sense.
Exactly our scores.
Next, we're going to look at Metacritic. I saw not the score, but the color, and it was green, so that's usually a good score then. So I'm guessing, even though Metacritic's usually lower, I'm thinking 9.5.
Say 9 and 8.5.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, the Metascore is 79, and the user score is 8.3. So yeah, definitely lower than Rotten Tomatoes, but still high.
Oh yeah, it's how can you not rate it highly? I mean, I would say it's as good a sci-fi movie as I've ever seen, ever.
Yeah, if you like sci-fi, you will definitely enjoy it.
Yep.
Well, next it's time for Lee's Jokes of the Week.
Okay, I got seven Dune jokes. Okay. Okay, what do you call a sandworm that never comes to the surface?
I don't know.
A shy hulad.
A shy hulad.
What kind of makeup do Space Guild navigators wear?
I don't know.
Highliner.
Because they're called high.
Oh yeah, do you hear about the black actor with blue eyes, freckles, and a soothing voice? Morgan Freeman.
Freeman. Got it.
Okay. Oh, so bad. What's black, over 7 feet tall, and tipped with poison?
The Jahadid? No.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
The Jam.
So bad. Okay, what do you call I might explain this one. What do you call an unidentified male corpse in Arrakis?
Water.
A liter John. Because I guess Freeman's called a container you carry the water around in a liter John. So this is a liter John Doe. Told you, these are very specific Dune jokes. Okay, okay. Think CSI. Okay, 2 Freeman CSI discover a dead body out in the desert. First CSI, Freeman goes, "We found this desiccated male corpse in the middle of the desert. Did he have any enemies?" Think of the red guy with the glasses. Second CSI guy puts on glasses. He goes, "Nobody liked him. He was a little jerky." There's this one mentat that was spasmodic. I forget his name. It's GI something, Giaz or whatever.
Okay.
So he'd be jerking around. So that's why he's a little jerky.
Totally didn't get that one at all.
I had to look it up. I had to look it up too, but okay. 2 more. No, 1 more. 1 more. Oh yeah. Okay. What's the best way to store a bunch of still suits?
I don't know.
Arrakis.
Arrakis. Haha. I got that one.
Like Arrakis. Okay, that's it. That's all the dry humor I have for you.
Well, that's the end of the show. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Remember, as always, we'll be
watching for you. You. Dune lovers, you. We're watching.